What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic. And today's project, this beautiful, beautiful Ford Mustang, modded in by Payne. Now, the model we have today is the SVT Cobra R. I believe this is the most powerful one. Not 100% on that one, but we are certainly going to have fun with this today. I got it from the Decent Auction House. You could see it wasn't in too bad condition behind there, and just under 50% on everything. So it's pretty all right. And we made a profit already. We haven't done anything yet. So 12,904 is what I bought the car for. I could sell it for 15,731 for the first time in what feels like ever. I can make a profit on this car of 2,827 if I was to sell it now. We're not going to do that, though, quite obviously. We're going to play around with this one today. I'm thinking of swapping the engine, but I'm not sure yet. I still haven't decided. Currently, it's got the V8 one-carb overhead valve engine in there, looking pretty sweet. Should we see if there's meant to be an engine cover? There isn't. So we could quite easily swap it, and the supercharger looks like it'll fit in there. Do we swap it for the supercharged? I think maybe we should swap it for the supercharged. I'm undecided as of yet. Maybe we just go for the XK engine. I don't do that one very often. I do the supercharged quite often. Settled it. I'm going to swap it for the V8 double overhead cam AXK engine today. For this one, it's going to be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to it. This is modded in by Payne. He likes Mustangs. He loves Mustangs. Probably more than I do, and that is saying something. Anyway, let's get stuck into this one today. Let's get her over to the car wash, even though there's not much dust, and get it cleaned up. Here we are then at the car wash. Let's get the Mustang cleaned. We can already see it's white. We know that. It's white all over. Very, very rusty, but not very dusty. Looking pretty good. Let's get the interior done. Get it back on the lift. Get that overhead, the V8 engine that's currently in there ripped out, ready to swap in to that AXK engine. As per usual, first things first, let's get underneath and check for that oil pan. It is there, so we need to drain that out. Over you go, and let's get you going. Oh, that's not bad. That's quite clean, in all honesty, and there was quite a lot of it. I'm a bit surprised by that, but never mind. Let's get underneath and let's get some of this stuff out. Not the wheel. I want the drive shaft. There we go. All right, we'll start with the starter then, as the game is jumping around a little bit. Not liking me very much today. There we go. Right, drive shaft. Get you ripped out. On we go. That was, don't know why, but that seemed to take just a lot more effort than it normally does. Let's get this gearbox ripped out. Out you come. All of your 6 bolts, 2 rusty ones. We don't mind it so much at this stage. The bit I don't like, rusty bolts, is on the engine, but there probably will be anyway. So let's get you out as well. And let's get this engine ripped out of here. Oh, back down on the ground you come. And let's go grab that engine crane. Over you go. Open the hood, make it easier, and let's get you pulled out. Nice. It did come out nice and simple. That is what I like. Let's check out this engine bay. Look, I mean, I like this feature. It's quite a nice addition. But let's have a look what we've got. It doesn't want to let me zoom out very far. So we've got a battery. We've got the radiator with the fan housing kit. Coolant reservoir, the air filter over there, brake servo, power steering, wishy-washer, and the fuse box. Let's just get the cover off of that one. Look at that. All the fuses as per normal. We jump down the back if I can. There we go. We'll use that. And we'll get that fuel pump out. Out you come. And try and get back at the top now. Nice and easy. Oh, also the ABS pump and the module. Something I did miss. We do have liquids to drain. And we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 containers to drain out today. So right-click, additional tools, drain tools, click and hold. And I'll be back in just a moment. That's everything drained out of the Mustang. Let's start tearing this engine bay apart. We'll start with the rusty bolt that I just missed there. We'll try that again. Bit of the DW04 there. Get the ABS pump and module out. There goes the brake servo, the wishy-washy reservoir, the battery we need to throw on charge, power steering reservoir, the coolant reservoir, radiator fan housing, and the radiator itself. All of the clips off of this. 1, 2... Are they all there? It does look like it. 3 and 4. Fantastic. And let's get you all out. 1, 2, and 3. I didn't want to do that too early and make that horrible boing noise. Just a fuse box left to go in the engine bay. Oh, no. I missed that. ECU just hiding down there in the driver's footwell. Driver's footwell, yes. Anyway, let's take a look at the suspension, because I will come back to that fuse box in just a few moments. So we do have a central cross member in this one, with all of the bushings in there. That is what we like to see. Is there directly anything missing? No, that's good. Just the exhaust stuff and the actual engine. We've got the inner and outer tie rod. We've got the sway bar end link. We've got the hub bearing, the hub cap. Now, all of that does need to be replaced, but it does make it simpler when it is in your inventory, and you can just add it to the shopping list, whatever you want to call it. Inner and outer tie rod again, and a hubcap and bearing, and also the sway bar end link. All there, looking pretty good. Let's jump down the back and get one of these rear wheels off and check out what we've got going on. Over you come, rusty bolt, out you go. Nice and simple. So then we've got this rear suspension here. I like this one. There isn't too many parts, but you can still sort of do something funky with the colour. We've got the rubber bushings in at both sides. We've got the U-bolts and the U-bolt plate. All of the shock on that side, all of the spring setup on that side, and the shock looking pretty good. Let's jump over the other side and just check it is all there. Both the U-bolts, the plate, the suspension, all of that. And obviously we already knew the bushing was there. Pretty good. I am now going to crack on and get all of this stripped out, starting with that fuse box. I'll get all the suspension done. And I'm not even going to bother showing you the engine today. And next up, I will have everything repaired. And we're going to strip down the beautiful Mustang body, ready to put it all together and see what we're going to work with today. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on our beautiful little Mustang Cobra model. But we do need to sort this body out. Oh, and I have obviously bought the entire AXK engine, because the only bits that were reusable were the bearings and the rod caps, or the cap bearings, the crankshaft bearings. That's the words I'm looking for, and the rod caps there. But we need to get this body all stripped down. So let's just work on this. I don't know quite where everything goes, so we'll just crack on and moving around. Does that take out the lights? It does not. We'll get that separately. Oh, the front end probably pulls out the lights. That would have been easier. Out with the fender. Off with the doors. Is that a side skirt? Yes, it is. Or a fender, whatever you want to call it. Body window. Let's keep going round. Bumper. Oh, trunk. Yeah. Plate and spoiler as well. Nice. Out with the rear lights. Quite nice looking rear lights as well. Out with the rear window. There we go. Body window. Door. And then a fender or side skirt, whatever you want to call it. Windscreen out. And I think that's everything. I mean, I've been wrong many a times before when I've said that, but we'll crack on. Let's get this interior out. I love this tan interior. Definitely going to be trying keeping that if we can. So let's get you all out. So that rear bench seat is actually part of it in the tan. So we do kind of have to keep everything tan in here, but it does look good though. I like it in that tan color. Pretty sweet. Let's go and grab the welder. Oh, no, before we do that, sorry, we didn't even check if I'd got it all, did we? Let's have a look-see. Wrong screen. 1%. That's a good sign. Yes, I did get everything. Absolutely fantastic. Let's grab the welder, get this all sorted out. Now, I paid just under 13,000 for this. So it's in about 50% condition. I'm going to say 900. 500. Not far off this time, but still off nonetheless. Let's check out the shop for the beautiful Ford Mustang. Let's go back to page 1. Now, I have got the Cobra edition, so I probably will be keeping the Cobra parts. It's nice that they are labelled like that. Then you've got a few optional ones. The Servinis, I've never even heard of that, so I don't know, but it looks good. Then we've got black badge, no badge, and the standard front end. Probably going to go for the black badge. That looks quite nice. Front left door body window adds something underneath as well. Maybe we'll have a look at that. Don't know. We'll have a look, see what's going on with that. A few different bits. Obviously, the doors. Sorry, we'll go back to the doors. Black, tan, and grey. Now, we've got tan interior, so we will be going with the tan doors on that one. We've got the Cobra fenders, so we'll be sticking with them. Cobra hood as well. Left body window also adds something else on, so we may have a look at that, although I'm assuming it's part of a body kit, the Servinis body kit, however you want to pronounce that. Few different light options with some Rexium darked out ones, blacked out ones, whatever you want to call it. Probably going to swap them in because they look quite smart. Only the one headlight option, but that's not too bad. Then we've got some of the fender or side skirt options, whatever you want to call them. We won't be putting the saline ones on, but we'll have a look and see what does. Obviously, that window changes something, so we may swap that in and see what happens. And then we've got the Cobra trunk and a windshield. Not too bad. I'm going to go and repair some bits, get some bits replaced. We'll get it all back together before we head over to the paint shop to see what we're going to do with the beautiful Cobra Mustang today. I think that's all the bodywork sorted, so let's start getting it all back together. Now, I did say I was going to keep most of it saying the Cobra stuff because this is the Cobra, and I have done that. Looking pretty smart on there. Front end, I did swap to the black badge there, looking pretty cool. On with the headlights just as they were, and obviously that front bumper is the Cobra bumper. Tan doors, so I was going to stick with the tan doors. Then obviously the mirrors are the mirrors. The windows, now I did swap these out for the Servinis ones, probably pronouncing that wrong, but going on, they add this strip just at the bottom of the door there, which also goes with my swapped side skirts to the Servinis ones, looking pretty smart. Rear body window or left body window, whatever you want to call it, swap that one out to the Servinis as well. Covers up that air filter, but still lets the air scoop, but lets the air still flow into it. Looking pretty smart. You can see I swapped the rear window out to the one with the louvered vents on it. Looking pretty cool. Cobra bumper, or trunk even, and the Cobra bumper on there. Swap the lights out to the Raxiom, or however you pronounce them, with the lights on, because they just look pretty cool. Spoiler, Cobra spoiler there, and that's pretty much that. We'll go around and get all of this finished off. On you go, on you go, in you go, on you go. Finally get there. On you go with the windshield. Let's get this interior in while we are here. Obviously, I kept with the tan seats. I didn't put my Nismo seats in just because I like the look of the tan interior and on with the steering wheel that came with it, or a new version of it. That's why I kept the tan seats, because that interior looks fantastic in the tan with the black dash there. Very pleased with that. Let's get the plates on. I think that should be it once we've done that. Obviously, I've gone for my own plates with the SVT Cobra R license plate. That just is what it is. I quite liked it. It came out quite smart. We'll get the rear one on, and then we'll check if we genuinely have everything on. Let's have a look. 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get this little beauty over to the paint shop and see what we can do with this one today. Here we are then in the paint shop with the beautiful SVT Cobra R. Now, no liveries come with this one, but Payne has been kind enough to include a template that is very, very easy to work with. So easy that I created this. Let me just change the color a second. Let's just whack that down, what I'm going to go for. Mark it in the right pearl, I think. There we go. I managed to create that in about 45 minutes, get everything lined up. These all needed to be angled correct and all of that. That's what I'm going to go for today. I think that looks absolutely incredible. Very pleased with that. Black base body with the pearl blue going right the way around it. Faded underneath the double stripes in the hood there. We are going to match a few things to that. This is going to look incredible, I think. So let's get this one painted. Looking so, so good. Very, very pleased with it. Let's have a look. Let's open a few things and see what happens to them. So underneath the hood, that is very black in there. That's all right. We are going to keep the engine probably black with some blue accents on it. Looking pretty sweet. Suspension underneath there. Again, probably going to keep that in the black and blue. Not sure what combination of which way around we're going to do it yet, but it's going to look awesome. Them wheels, I can tell you 100% are going to be blue. I did try and have a look at a few images, see what I liked, and this sort of design delivery came out. I thought it looked absolutely incredible, so I tried to and mimic it the best I could. I don't think I did too bad. I think it looks pretty sweet. That's what we're going to go with today, though. It is time to get this one back on the lift. I'm going to get all the suspension parts painted, the engine parts painted, then we're going to crack on with reassembly. That's everything painted on the Cobra. Time to get the suspension back together. Shocks are in the pearl black. Springs are in the pearl blue. Looking pretty sweet. Quite pleased with them. They look pretty awesome. But it is time to get loads of this stuff all back on the car. Some of the unpaintable parts are already back on just for speed. Let's start with the cross member. I have done the cross member in the pearl blue because, well, it looks pretty good. And, well, that engine bay is very black, as we did see in the paint booth. Trying to just make it flow a little better. I can't get back to the suspension now. There we go. Trying to make it flow a little better. From the top, you may be able to see all of this through it, so it might look pretty sweet. Lower suspension arm also in that pearl blue. Looking pretty good. Very pleased with that. We've all seen the shock already. Let's just get it on. On you go. On you go. Let's take a step back. There you go. You can see the springs through it. Looking pretty good. Sway bar end link. On you go. Let's go with the brake caliper. I have done that one in black, and there's a reason for that. That's because I'm pretty confident the wheels are going to be in that pearl blue over the top, looking good. And the hubcap in black, just so there was a bit more black on there when we pit this front ends together. I think that looks pretty cool. Let's move down the back and see what we've got going on down there. So the coil spring, a rear drive axle, obviously in that pearl blue, looking pretty good. Let's just throw some of the knuckle housing and the hub stuff on, all ready to go. In you go with the drive axle. Nicely done. Easy peasy. Brake disc. And the pad will come back to the caliper in a minute so the wheel doesn't show up through. Shock absorber, done that one in the pearl black. I think it looks pretty good. And the spring cap is also in the pearl black because I wanted the springs in pearl blue to match the front. They're looking pretty good. I quite like that setup with the black and blue. The control arm, that is also in the blue. And then you've got the black on the spring plate and the leaf spring U-bolts. That is looking pretty sweet. Just kind of separates it up a little bit. I'm very pleased with how that looks. So let's get this rubber bushing on and let's get this part all finished up. On with the brake caliper in the black. You have already seen it. Looking pretty awesome. Very pleased with that. I think both front and rear end are looking pretty awesome. I need to go on and finish some more though. So I'm going to get all the suspension. No. All of the exhaust system in, fuel tank in, all of the rest of the suspension finished off, and then we'll move on to get that engine bay all finished, ready to drop the AXK engine in. I do like that blue and black combination. I think that looks pretty good. Very, very pleased with that. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. I do love hearing from you, as always, but we need to move on and get this engine bay sorted. So let's just get some of these parts in. The radiator, the fan housing kit, in you go. Did remember to pick up my battery, so we can throw that one in. Power steering reservoir, coolant reservoir, and then we've got the brake servo over here on a you-go. The ECU, we will remember that one. I did forget it or miss it earlier. ABS pump and the ABS module in you-go and on you-go. Folded up together, looking pretty sweet. There we go. What else have we got here? So a wishy-washy reservoir in you-go as well. And then the air filter base. We've done that one in the pearl blue, hopefully to try and match the engine and all the other parts. It is a pretty close match. Quite pleased with that. In with the air filter on with the lid. And then I've just done the clips in a lovely little pearl black, just to sort of separate it up a little bit, make it look a little different. If I could get them clips. There we go. On you go and on you go. Last but not least, we've got the fuse box in here. Now, I'm not going to finish this off, but I will put the base in so you can see it is in the same pearl blue. I'll get this all finished off. Then we're going to go build that beautiful, beautiful engine. Hopefully you like the colours. I'll already have the block, the oil pan, all the pistons and things like that in. And we'll move straight onto the top end. I'll see you in a second. That's everything finished. Just ready for the engine. You've got obviously lots of blues going on in here. But as I said, the engine bay is very black. And you can just about see that blue cross member through there. I think this is looking pretty sweet. I'm loving this livery. And it didn't take me too long. It's pretty awesome. But let's go get that engine built. In we go to the other room. I've already started the block, the oil pan, all the pistons, things like that are already in. But let's crack on and let's get going with this. So power steering pump on you go, just in its performance parts chrome. Same with the alternator over this side. Looking pretty good. Oil filter, I've done it in black because the blue didn't work. So now you've just got a black on a black there. But it isn't too bad. Fuel filter in you go in your performance color. Engine heads, well, they are in blue, but it is, again, only the inside. So we will have a little bit of more chrome showing through on this beautiful, beautiful little engine. Let's keep going. We've got camshafts in you go. We need both of them on so that we can get these cam gears on. Let's get you on and get you on. And then we can get one of the timing belts done. Now, we can't really go much further with this until we've got the other head on and things like this. All the spark plugs in and these exhaust manifolds in. So I'm going to crack on and get all of that done. I'll meet you back in just a second. That's that all taken care of. Just need to get this timing belt on before we move on to the timing cover and get this front end all finished off. I have done that one in the blue. Maybe it's a bit much, but I think it's going to look pretty sweet when we get it dropped in. We've got to get all of these rollers in. Obviously, the water pump and the water pump pulley and also that crankshaft pulley in there as well. I will crack on with all of that real quick. I'll be back in a second. There we go. That's all the belts and rollers in. Just this belt tensioner to go for the front end in that pearl black, just to separate it up a little bit, make it look a little better. Let's move up to the top, though. We'll get the intake manifold in. That can't be painted. And more chrome are just showing up. Also, this throttle down the back can't be painted as well, but it looks pretty good in that chrome going through there. So the engine head covers, I've done them in black. That might become as a bit of a surprise, but you'll see why in just a little while. Just get you all bolted up. On you go. And then we'll get the ignition coils in. Pop you all in nice and easy. And we'll move on to the other side and we'll come back to that in a second. On you go. I do think it looks quite good though. You've got the blue, the black and the chrome. Chrome separating even side of it because you've got the exhaust manifold underneath and then the intake manifold on the top. In with the ignition coils. On you go, and on you go. And now we'll move on to these coil covers. Now, they're obviously going to be blue. Looking pretty good in the blue. And then we got the fuel rails also in that blue, just to separate it up there. That is looking absolutely incredible. I am very, very pleased with this engine. I think that looks insane. Very, very happy with that. I'm hoping it's going to look good when we drop it inside the engine bay. Before that, though, I just need to grab a couple of photos of this on the stand for some promotional material. You know how it goes. Then we'll get this one dropped in. There we go. Everything taken care of. Let's now get this beast of the AXK engine dropped in to our lovely SVT Cobra R. In you go. How's this going to look? Let's take a look. Oh, that's looking absolutely sweet. It kind of almost lines up with the sort of brighter stripes you've got on the body color there. That's looking incredible. I am very, very pleased with that. Very happy with that indeed. Let's get it up in the air, though. We've got the gearbox, the drive shaft, and the starter to go in before we do the wheels and get this one all finished off and outside in the sun. So the gearbox is in a black. I've gone back to matching it with the block. This one I felt would have been way too much if we'd have done that gearbox in the blue. But I have done the starter in the blue just to sort of counteract it just a little bit. Looking pretty good. A drive shaft to go in. And then we'll be nearly done. So I'm going to get the liquids all topped up. All of the fluids done. All of the wheels done. Windows tinted. This one will be outside in the sun. Here we are then, all finished with the Ford Mustang SVT Cobra R, looking absolutely stunning in this custom livery that I have made for it today. It is looking great. This one doesn't come with any livery, sadly, but you know what they say, when Payne gives you a template, make liveries. Oh, wait, no, that's when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Anyway, regardless, I made my own. It looks pretty cool. Let's have a look at a few things. I think that engine looks absolutely incredible in there. The engine bay with a few splashes of colours, but mostly in that black, is looking pretty sweet. I love the tan interior. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Really looks good on this vehicle. I haven't even opened everything up. The trunk looks fantastic. And obviously, we've seen the doors there looking absolutely great. This one has just been a lot of fun to work on. I've really enjoyed it. A few different styles. Some people may say I shouldn't have gone for these sky options without going for the matching front bumper and rear bumper. It does bring it out a little bit wider in the middle and not quite at the front, but I'm happy with it. I think it looks great. I probably could have put the bumpers on that match whatever these are called. I've forgotten now. But I wanted it to stay with the Cobra parts. It is looking pretty good nonetheless. Anyway, let's jump on. We'll talk about these rims here. I have gone up for the Rim Retro 11s. These front wheels here are 19 inches, 255 thick width, whatever you want to call it, with a 30 profile done in that stripe matching blue. I think it looks absolutely great. The rear wheels are ever so slightly bigger, literally in one size. They are 20 inches on the rear, still with the 255 width and a 30 profile. Looking pretty damn good. I am very, very pleased with this one. It is looking incredible. Let's jump in, though, and see what this one sounds like with the AXK engine. This tan interior again. I cannot get over it. Excellent job, Payne. Well done. But let's get this one started up. Now, we heard the AXK engine very recently. We know it's got that mean grumble on the tick over, which sounds pretty awesome. And then at the top end, it's just sounding very, very mean. Quite happy with that. Very, very happy with that. But we need to get this one on the dyno and see what power it's got today. Here we are then on the dyno with the Ford Mustang SVT Cobra R and its AXK V8 engine. 449 base horsepower on that one. We've put loads of performance parts on it today. Where will we end up? Let's have a look. A gain of 413 horsepower, 92%, almost a whole new engine on top of that. Not quite though. Bringing our total measured power up to 862 horsepower. That is pretty good. Let's head over and check out the gearbox tuning setup I've gone for today. There she is in all her glory. 2.85 ratio, 63 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to 606 in top gear. I don't think we'll be quite getting there today. Hopefully we can smash that 400 mark. Let's head over to the track. Let's find out. Here we are then on the speed track with the newly tuned 862 horsepower SVT Cobra R Mustang. What can we get out of this one today? Let's find out. Let's go. Very quick off the line, but it does not like first, second or third gear at all. I think the wheels could do with being a little wider, if I'm being honest. But there we go. Smashing it on. Now the power is down up to 300 kilometers an hour and past. Maybe we will hit that 400. There's 350 gone. Like I couldn't even say it in time. Come on. There it is. There's the 400. Where will we finish up? Come on, little Cobra. You can do it. 435 kilometers an hour from the little Mustang SVT Cobra R. 435 kilometers an hour from the Ford Mustang SVT Cobra R. Absolutely stunning, this one. I love it. That engine, I can't get over how good it looks. And then tie that in with all the suspension underneath. Looking absolutely incredible. I really am pleased with this one. Excellent mod. Well done, Payne. This one does look fantastic. Shame it didn't come with any liveries, but it did let me enlighten my creative side by creating this sort of a beast of a livery. It is sort of stolen a little bit from some livery images I could find online. A little bit of my own twist to it. Nothing too special, but it does look cool. And nonetheless, I am very, very pleased with this one. Now, let's jump into some facts and figures about this. I bought the car for $12,904 and I was already in profit of $2,827. Probably the best start I've had on a car in this game in a very long time, if not since the beginning. But it is cool nonetheless. I've since spent another $51,969, nice, modifying this car to get it where it is today, putting our total spend at $64,873. The real question is, though, can we make a profit from this one? I love them rear lights. Let's jump in. Let's find out. Let's have a look. So it's the SVT Cobra R, 161, just over 1,000 kilometers on there. Now all 100% complete. And that engine now up to 862 horsepower after we swapped it out for the AXK engine there. A lovely gain of 92%. But can we make a profit? Yes, hopefully just a bit. 77,135 is our sale price today. Take away our 64,873 leaves us with a profit of 12,262. That is a very, very good profit. Time to say goodbye to this one, but before we go, if you do want to grab this one yourself, it is very easy to find it on the Steam Workshop, but if you are struggling with that a little bit, there is a link in the description below. Go and grab this one. Well done, Payne. It is absolutely fantastic, as usual. Time to say goodbye to the SVT Cobra R, though. Off you go. Nice little profit for us there. I was going to say, what have we got next? You probably should know by now, it is competition time. So we are working on our very own version of the the long-titled mod, FN6 FA20D. Ours is based on the GT86, the Toyota GT86. That's what I'll be working on today. Now, there's a few things that are given away already. You can see it's probably slammed a little bit from the arches on that wheel there. Nothing too special. And that engine in there looks a bit weird. So, take what you can from that one. There is still time, though. The competition closes for entries at midnight UK time on a Wednesday. Come and join us on Discord. The link is in the description below for that one. Get your entry in for the mod of the FN, all the letters I just read out. Whether it be the Subaru BRZ, the Toyota GT86, or the Scion FRS, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But yes, come and make your own. Make it as special as you want, as basic as you want. There are some cool ones up there already. Come on in. You can vote for whichever one's your favourite. You can't vote for your own car if you have got one uploaded. But come and join us. Have some fun with that. This will be for next time, though. I hope you have enjoyed today's video on Payne's beautiful Mustang. I've loved it. If you did, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get up to 250 subscribers. That is my next personal goal for this one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.